There's a moment most people overlook. It happens quietly, almost invisibly, when your puppy gets up the second you move. When it follows you from one room to another, sits outside the bathroom door, or waits patiently at your feet like it has nowhere else to be. At first, it feels cute, maybe even a little clingy. But what most people don't realize is, your puppy isn't just following you. It's trying to tell you something. Something deeper than loyalty, something closer to how a child sees a parent. Because when your puppy follows you everywhere, it's not random behavior. It's communication. And the meaning behind it might change the way you see your relationship forever. Your puppy lives in a world that's still new, still confusing, still full of unknowns. Every sound, every smell, every shadow carries a question it doesn't yet understand. And in that uncertainty, there's only one thing that feels stable, one thing that makes sense. You. That's why your puppy doesn't just stay near you, it orbits around you. It studies your movements, your routines, your reactions. It learns your patterns the way a child learns the rhythm of a parent's life. And this is where things get interesting, because your puppy isn't just staying close for comfort. It's building a map of its world, and you are at the center of it. When your puppy follows you into another room, it's not always about needing something. Sometimes, it's about making sure you don't disappear. In the wild, separation can mean danger. Being left alone, even for a short time, can feel like a threat your puppy doesn't fully understand yet. So it follows, not out of weakness, but out of instinct. Out of a quiet fear that being apart might mean losing the one connection it trusts the most. But that's not the most surprising part, because over time, this behavior starts to change. It becomes less about fear, and more about something much deeper. Your puppy begins to follow you because it wants to be part of your life. Not just near you, but involved with you. When you sit, it sits. When you walk, it walks. When you stop, it watches. It's not copying you by accident. It's mirroring you. And in dog psychology, mirroring is one of the strongest signs of emotional attachment. Your puppy is learning who you are by becoming more like you. It's syncing its behavior to yours, aligning its world with yours in a way that feels almost human. And yet, there's another layer most people completely miss. Sometimes your puppy follows you not because it feels safe, but because it's unsure. It watches you closely, trying to read your emotions, your tone, your energy. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to human behavior, especially puppies. If your mood shifts, even slightly, your puppy notices. If you're stressed, distracted, or distant, your puppy can feel it, even if you don't say a word. So it stays close, watching, waiting, trying to understand. What most people don't realize is that your puppy is constantly asking a silent question. Are we okay? And that question changes everything. Because suddenly, following you isn't just about physical closeness, it's about emotional reassurance. Your puppy wants to know that the bond between you is still strong. That nothing has changed. That it still belongs with you. And when you respond with calmness, with presence, with attention, you're answering that question in a way your puppy deeply understands. But here's where things become even more fascinating. There are moments when your puppy follows you, not because it needs you, but because it trusts you completely. It doesn't check where it's going. It doesn't hesitate. It just follows. That kind of behavior doesn't come from instinct alone. It comes from trust built over time. Every time you feed it, protect it, comfort it, play with it, you're building something invisible but powerful. A bond that tells your puppy, where you go, I can go too. And this is where things start to resemble something very close to a parent-child relationship. Your puppy begins to see you as more than a companion. You become a guide, a protector, a source of meaning in a world it's still trying to understand. That's why it follows you into spaces that don't even interest it, why it waits for you instead of exploring on its own, why it chooses you again and again, even when it has other options. Because in its mind, being near you is the safest, most meaningful place it can be. But that's not always a good thing. Because sometimes, following you everywhere can also be a sign that your puppy hasn't learned how to be alone yet. And this is where many people misunderstand what's happening. They see constant following as love, and ignore the possibility that it might also include anxiety. Your puppy might feel unsure when you're not around. It might not know how to relax without your presence. And if that continues, it can turn into something deeper, something harder to fix later. But that doesn't mean you should push your puppy away. It means you should understand the message behind the behavior. Your puppy isn't just asking to be close, it's asking to feel secure. And security doesn't always come from physical presence. Sometimes, it comes from gentle independence. From learning that being alone is safe too. From small moments where your puppy realizes that even when you're not in the room, everything is still okay. And this balance is what creates a healthy bond. Because the goal isn't to stop your puppy from following you, it's to understand why it does. There are moments, quiet and subtle, when your puppy follows you in a way that feels different. Less urgent. Less needy. More intentional. It walks behind you calmly, not rushing, not panicking, just staying near. That's not fear. That's connection. That's a sign your puppy feels secure enough to follow, not because it has to, but because it wants to. And that distinction matters more than most people realize. And then there's something even deeper, something almost invisible unless you're really paying attention. Sometimes your puppy follows you simply because you are its entire world. Not in a dramatic way, but in a very real, emotional sense. You are the center of its experiences. The one it looks to for cues, for safety, for meaning. When something new happens, it looks at you. When something scares it, it runs to you. When it feels happy, it shares that energy with you. So of course it follows you, because where else would it go? But that also means something important. It means your presence shapes your puppy more than anything else. The way you move, the way you speak, the way you respond, all of it becomes part of your puppy's understanding of the world. And when you realize that, the simple act of your puppy following you starts to feel different. It's no longer just a cute habit. It's a reflection of trust, dependence, curiosity, and emotional connection all at once. And this is where everything comes together. Your puppy follows you because it feels safe, because it feels attached, because it's learning, because it's unsure, because it trusts you, because it loves you. Not one reason, but many, layered together in ways that are easy to miss if you're not paying attention. But here's the part most people never think about. One day, without you even noticing when it started, your puppy might stop following you as much. It will still love you, still trust you, but it will become more confident, more independent, more secure in its world. And when that happens, you might find yourself remembering these early days, these quiet moments when it chose to be near you every second it could. And suddenly, those little footsteps behind you won't feel like something to question anymore. They'll feel like something you were lucky to experience. So the next time your puppy follows you into another room, don't ignore it. Don't just see it as a habit. See it for what it really is, a message, a connection, a small, silent way your puppy is saying, "You matter to me more than anything else in this world." And once you understand that, everything changes.